Johnson from Pyramid of Potential, and I want to tell you the best way to do a Moro reflex integration exercise. You see, Moro reflex, that's from infancy, and normally emerges prenatally and is resolved and integrated by 4 months old. Moro reflex, when a little infant is startled, the baby will go and shake. And this is really important for knowing which reflex exercise you should do. You see, when the baby shakes, the baby has a sharp intake of breath. And the hands come up and the knees come up. But also, what you don't usually notice is that when the baby's all done, the baby goes back into a curled up kind of fetal position where one arm is over the other and one leg is over the other. And it is the opposite arm and the opposite leg. And they're back into fetal position. Now, in order to know what is the best reflex exercise, you also should know about how the brain works. The brain has billions of neurons. If these are neurons, then these out here are dendrites. Learning happens and the brain changes when 2 dendrites come together and an electrical synapse goes from one to the other. If this connection is repeated, this exercise, this learning, whatever it is, every day for a certain amount of time, then this connection becomes long-term learning. But it also could be for creating a habit or for integrating a reflex. This should happen daily over a period of 3 to 4 weeks. I use the number 30 days just to make sure that if something is done every day for 30 days, then that connection really should be solid. So another thing about creating a connection or breaking a habit or integrating a reflex is for the reflex, the Moro, there already is a connection in the brain called the Moro reflex. And what we need to do to integrate that is to loosen and break that connection and create a new connection. And this would be the connection of the reflex integration exercise. One I'm going to teach you is the correct way to do Starfish. So we're going to break and loosen up Moro and create a new connection that is different called Starfish. How can we be sure that the connection is different and like this and do it in 30 days? Well, it has to be the opposite of Moro. So since Moro is like this, then we should not be doing anything that replicates that at all. We need to be doing something different. So let me now pan out. Let's get back, and I will show you the correct way to do a Starfish. I've got my legs open, my arms open, my head back. I breathe in. Now I breathe out very, very slowly to the count of 5 while I fold in. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm in that fetal position I was talking about. However, it's different. My right leg is over my left. My right arm is over my left. I'm not like this, because otherwise I don't know which arm is over which. I'm not like this. I'm like this, so that I know exactly. This one is over, this one is over. At this point, and my chin is tucked, at this point I breathe into the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I breathe out, but this time it will be my left over my right. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is one full Starfish. We do 3 Starfishes for a total of 60 seconds every day for 30 days. Now, I've taught this to thousands of educational professionals. And somewhere in all my workshops, somewhere between 30 and 50% of those educational professionals, despite me telling them that they won't be able to do the same side over. I'll tell them 5 times, 10 times. I'll tell them between 30 and 50% of you will not be able to do this even though I'm telling you. It still happens. Why? Because they have a retained Moro reflex. But by the time we practice it, they can use their cognitive brain to overcome this, do a better job, and actually get to the point where they can correctly get one side over. What are they doing instead? Same thing as the baby. Opposite leg, opposite hand. So that's why it works. Occasionally, it won't work. For some people, even though they do the correct exercise for 30 days, it still won't change those symptoms and it still won't integrate the Moro reflex. So this is not the silver bullet. It is not going to work with 100%. About 90% of the people this will work with, and they will have amazing results within that month. If it does not work, you've got to go look at the pyramid of potential and look at what else could be holding this back. But there would be something else, some other significant block in body health or perhaps the mind health that is keeping this from integrating. If you're interested in more exercises, take a look at the Maintaining Brains Everyday DVD. This can be found on the website www.pyramidofpotential.com. Well, thank you, and best of luck to you.